Hello guys, hello, welcome to just another sit down announcement type video from me. Last time you heard from me was 2 months ago when I was dealing with a transition to Waco. And I haven't really spoke on it since. And a lot of you guys may be wondering how that transition is, or for the terms of this conversation, how the transition was. It was, some people may call it a failure. Well, other people will call it a learning experience. I'm here to tell you that I look at it as a learning experience. Why I look at it as a learning experience was I learned a lot moving, transitioning to Waco. I learned a lot about my parents. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my friends. I learned how I can trust my friends. I learned how I can trust my parents. I learned how I can build a better relationship with my parents. But ultimately, I decided to move back to New Orleans. Several factors happened as I tried to move to Waco that did not end up happening. I was not in a position to move because of factors related to my health. I'm not dying, but just my disability. Factors related to personal matters such as my family. Family comes first. Some stuff happened. And just my mood. I wanted to move back home. So, like I said, learning experience. I learned a couple of things. First thing I learned that impacts me still to this day is I learned that I wanted to work at a school. Now, all my life, I've wanted to become a teacher, and that has been my passion all my life. But my passion shifted. Not because I wanted it to shift, but because it naturally shifted when my family got a creperie in New Orleans. My focus, my passion, my focus, instead of focusing on school and focusing on my career, my focus was with my family at that family restaurant. And that was an unhealthy focus during this time period. And that's a thing I learned in Waco. I wanted to be at a school. I wanted to work at a school. So I now work at a school in the Jefferson Parish in Louisiana. It's the biggest district in the state. And I chose Jefferson Parish not only because of its location, it's right next to the church, but also because there's a lot of room for growth, for growing opportunities, and there's lots of connections that can be made within the Jefferson Parish school system. So that is an important fact that I learned about myself, that I wanted to work at a school. Another thing that I have brought from this summer is I have a group of excellent friends and mentors. My summer staff friends, my mentors, the people that I trust, God. He will always lead you where you need to be led, even though it might seem weird, even though it might seem out of the blue. He will always lead you where you need to be led. I have a strong group of mentors that I love, that I listen to their advice. I have spiritual parents that I go to often to get their insight. I have business mentors, money mentors, spiritual mentors that I all listen to. And this move to Waco strengthened those bonds, strengthened those relationships. So I learned a lot. I take Waco as a learning experience and not as a failure. What about you? Is there something in your life that you're like, man, this was a failure, this was a bust? I want to encourage you. Change your perspective. Perspective change. And no, this was a life learning experience, an LLE. Life learning experience. And what does that say about your walk with the Lord? Your walk with your mentors, your walk with your friends? Because a famous mentor of mine said this: you can have a friend circle, but are those friends in your friend corner? Do you have friends that will support you no matter when the road gets tough? Because we live in a broken world. I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. And I cannot wait for the next adventure on this channel. But for now, this is Brandon Daly signing out. I love you guys from New Orleans. Peace out.